Yes, folks, it's Phillip Schofield time again. So here's the question. If you were a top executive or producer in television, would you give the guy a chance? Would you take him back if you were head of ITV or if you were the head of the BBC? Would you have him on as a host for whatever show you want? Now, I'll admit this. If Phillip Schofield does make this comeback, that particular show, the first episode ever, is going to get massive viewing figures. Everyone is going to tune in to take a look at Phillip Schofield because it'll be the first time he's been on television since he was sacked by ITV for having an inappropriate relationship with the runner boy Matthew McGreevy, who was 20 years old at the time. That first episode will be huge. After that, not so much, because I think until the end of his days, Phillip Schofield is going to be just too toxic. Now let me be clear, I've made many videos on Phillip Schofield and the shenanigans he was involved in, and his sexuality was never the problem. That was never the issue with me personally. I don't care what you do. If you are consenting adults, and excuse the pun, you're not shoving it down everyone's throats, then that's fine. I mean, I'm modern, I'm kind of progressive, but not in a woke way. I can accept things, I'm down with the kids. But you get my meaning. Now, Phillip Schofield, at the time when this came out, he tried to argue that if he'd had an affair with a female, nobody would have cared. But again, this wasn't the issue at all, and I think he was trying to deflect, because the issue here is that he knew this guy, Matthew McGreevy, from a very young age. There is a photo of Phillip Schofield visiting Matthew McGreevy's drama classes, and he's like a wee lad. And so that's encouraged the term grooming being brought into the conversation. And of course, as we all know, grooming is wrong, it's illegal, it's disgusting. And Schofield insisted that he didn't. But there are many questions that still need answering here. And as it turns out, Matthew McGreevy was paid off by Phillip Schofield to keep his mouth shut. Now, why would Phillip Schofield need to pay off somebody with a vast amount of money to keep them quiet if everything was consensual? I mean, if it was just a homosexual relationship, then who's going to mind? Who's going to care? Or was it something more deeper and more sinister? Nobody knows. And as long as Matthew McGreevy's mouth is kept shut, then people will continue to speculate, and they will speculate because the entertainment industry seems to be teeming with wrong-uns who are up to no good. And it's not just historical either, with the likes of Rolf Harris, Jimmy Savile, and others. You've got people like Hugh Edwards in the modern era. So now that you know the basic outline of why Phillip Schofield is not in show business anymore, I'll ask you again, if you were a top executive or a producer at a television station, would you hire him? Now that you know what you know. And for the Metro newspaper to even suggest this, it's just ludicrous. Then again, the Metro newspaper is a left-leaning political rag, and though I don't read it, I can bet good money that it either has or probably will in the very near future produce a multi-page centerfold spread dedicated to and expressing sympathy for the recently deceased Iranian president. And that's the Metro newspaper all over, really. And regarding Phillip Schofield and Matthew McGreevy, I doubt we'll ever know what really happened between them two or when it really first started. But I just want to say I find it quite sickening that since then, several ITV stars have gradually come out to defend him. Phillip Schofield posted something on, I think it was Instagram, last week, and that's the first time he's been on social media since the big hoo-ha, and Dermot O'Leary and Josie Gibson liked it, while Piers Morgan blasted the relentless prosecution against Phillip Schofield, and Lorraine Kelly, she was said to be heartbroken to see his career blow up. Phillip Schofield has also been spotted dining out with Vanessa Feltz and Declan Donnelly out of Anton Deck. And the only one who's kept a distance from him is his former best mate, Holly Willoughby. And I think that's because she knew what really went on. So anyway, there we go. That's the latest on a Phillip Schofield hoo-ha saga. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, Roger Trout.